Hello. My name is Olainka Adewi and I'm a real estate consultant. So today I'm going to be discussing land documents and their meanings. First and foremost, all lands belongs to the government. Yes, all land belongs to the government. And lands are classified to either be free or acquired. Free lands are these lands that government has shown no interest in using at all from the beginning. And most of the times these lands are always found in rural areas. So these free lands are usually titled freeholds, and so the documentations are usually easy to process. They usually have no issues when processing them, and they can have documentation such as the governor's consent, the Gazette, or the General Certificate of Occupancy, which is the C of O. So the second part is the acquired lands. Acquired lands are classified also into two. They're either committed acquisition or the global or general acquisition. These committed acquired lands are the lands that the government has shown interest in using. They've showed specific interest in them for specific purposes such as building of schools, hospitals, stadiums, all those things that governments do to boost the economy of the state, of the nation. Now, these committed lands, it is safe for you never to buy them. Please, once lands are declared committed, it means it is not for purchase, not available for sale at all. So in case you find yourself using a government committed land, acquired and committed, I would advise you to just evacuate already, because while you're at it, while you're using it, government can come anytime to send you away from there without having to compensate you at all. So it is not safe for you to buy lands that are already declared committed. Now, the second one outside the committed lands are the general or global acquired lands. These general or global acquired lands are lands that belongs to the government until they are declared free. Until they are declared free for purchase. Now, these lands are the ones that can be free through excision or through regularization. How can they be free through excision? They are lands that government has not probably shown interest in using yet, so we don't know whether the government. So later, probably government can declare it free or committed. While the ones they decide not to use, the one they decide to declare free, is done through the process called excision. Excision means government giving out a particular part of an expanse of land back to the community so that they can sell back to the public. I don't know if that makes sense. I'll repeat it. Excision is a process whereby government gives out a particular portion of an expanse of land back to the community, with which it is for the community to sell to the public. That is as simple as that. That's what excision is. Then when these lands are being excised, when excision has happened, then they are now documented in a book called the Gazette. This Gazette is an official record book by the government that indicates or showcases or spells out the activities of the government, the things that government, the details of government, the things that government wants to do. So in this Gazette, it's going to be stated there the number of lands, whether in hectares or in acres, that the government has decided to give back to this community so that this community can sell them. They can put them up for sales. So that is how an acquired land can be made available for purchase, through excision. Another method is through regularization. Regularization simply means paying for it. You pay more for it, for this land, and it becomes your own. Now, this regularization, another word for it is ratification. this regularization or ratification varies from state to state. Now, having understanding the classifications of lands, the first land document I'm going to be talking about is the deed of assignment. What is the deed of assignment? The deed of assignment is a legal documentation that shows transfer of ownership between the old owner of a land, which is an assigner, and the new owner of a land, which is assignee. It is a legal documentation that shows transfer of ownership between a old owner of a land or current owner of a land and the new owner of the land. Now, this deed of assignment, it must be done in a land registry so that it can be shown to the public that, okay, this is the right and the new owner of the land. And this deed of assignment must consist of the date of transfer of ownership, and it must consist of the specifications of the land. That is the description, the address, the address, that's the location, and the size of the land. Another thing is this deed of assignment, when it is properly done, it can be authenticated as a gazette or deed of conveyance or governor's consent. It could even pass as a governor's consent. Okay, so other documentation that shows ownership of land is the purchasing receipt, the contract of sale, the deed of assignment, like we have explained before, the survey plan, and the building plan for that particular estate or something. Yeah. Another important documentation, land document, is a survey plan. What is a survey plan? A survey plan is a document that measures the boundary of a parcel of land to give the accurate measurement of the land and as well as the description of the land. Now, what does a survey plan consist? A survey plan must consist or must contain the name of the owner of the surveyed land. It must contain the description, the location of the surveyed land. It must contain beacon numbers. It must contain stamp that shows whether the land is acquired by the government or not. These things are very, very, very important. And also it must contain the name of the surveyor, the data information of the surveyor of the land. Survey plan is very essential as well. Now, the third land document I'm going to be talking about is the excision. Like I've explained earlier what excision is. Excision is a process by which government gives out a particular part of an expanse of land back to the community, making it available for purchase. After the government have seen that, okay, they are not using a particular part of an expanse of land, then they give it out. That is, they give it back to the community so that they can give it up for sale. That is what excision is. Now, after a land is being excised, it is recorded in a book called Gazette. What is a Gazette? A Gazette is a record book by that shows the activities of the government, where the activities of the government is being spelled out, is being detailed and recorded. Now, it is in this government book that the number or size of land that has been excised is going to be stated, and it's going to be publicized, made known to the public, how much hectares or acres has been released for sale, so that they don't sell to you lands that are already committed. So it is going to be duly followed, and it's going to be duly followed like so. Once you see it, so once a land is titled excision, it shows that, okay, this land has been given by the government and is free from any form of acquisition. Now, the gazetted one as is now showing that, okay, after government has excised it, it has entered into a record book that is a legal proof that the land is free for purchase. Now the next one is this C of O, which is the certificate of occupancy. This is a legal book, a legal documentation given to a land buyer. You know, initially I said lands are all lands belong to the government. Yes. So when you purchase a land and you get a C of O, it is a C of O is given to a landowner for 99 years. It elapses after 99 years. So it is like government giving you the land to own for just 99 years, which automatically makes C of O not the ultimate, like people used to think C of O is the ultimate land document that one can have. Yeah. So now the last and the ultimate is the governor's consent. Like it is spelled out, governor and consent. Okay, what makes governor's consent so important and so huge is that for a C of O can be owned by just one person. Like a virgin land sold to someone, that person, if that person goes to process the C of O, only on that land, only that person has the right to own a C of O. Only that person can, only that person's name can be on the C of O. Well, so now if that person decides to probably sell or transfer it to someone else, the next person, the next owner, will have to go and get a governor's consent. Governor's consent is what will be given, because you can't go and get another C of O. A land can only possess a C of O. So once that land is being transferred to probably another generation or someone else, it is the new owner of the land will have to go and get governor's consent. Like governor's consent, a consent from the governor, making the government aware that, or the public aware that, okay, I own this land now, after the first or the first owner, not the rightful owner, but the first owner. So governor's consent is yes, like I said before, it is the ultimate and is highly respected. Once you get it, you don't have issues from anyone, anybody, and when anything happens from the government much later, you'll be duly compensated. The same thing we see of O, you'll be duly compensated. Even with Excision and the Gazette, you'll be duly compensated. So I want you to know that all of these land documentations, they are very important as you have to know them as to you getting any property anywhere in Nigeria. Why? Because when you understand these things, you know your stand. You'll be able to buy the lands that are good, that have these good titles, and obviously they don't come cheap. Like talking about the governor's consent, it takes about a year. They will tell you it's supposed to take like 30 days or thereabout, but now it takes like about a year to get it. Why? Because of the issues of infidelity in Nigeria and all of that. So, and they'll tell you it's supposed to take like 200,000 naira to get it, but now it takes even much more. So when you do your due diligence before acquiring lands, you are going to have peace of mind. You're going to sleep with both your eyes closed. So that's the essence of knowing all of these land titles. Not like you go and buy one land, they tell you excision in process that is never processed. No, it is not a good one. So that's the essence of this video. So if you find this video educative enough, informative enough, I'd like you to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe, so that you always get to hear more tips and more knowledgeable tips about real estate investment in Nigeria. I still remain Olayinka Adewiyi. See you on my next video. Bye.